Well, I have now clicked the record button, and I get to say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
What is up? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for being here. Without you, I don't have a show. Stain 2, huh?
Stain 2.
Love it, love it. Hit me with a pitch. What do we got going on with Stain?
So I'm kind of torn, right? Because I have the conflict of ideology, Stains, committing freezes. You know, I've got the nothing to see here's. I'm just kind of like I want to have a little bit of control, but at the same time, I'm kind of struggling with ending the game a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because I'm a bad player or or what. I haven't been playing that long, so.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. When you say you have a problem ending the game, what does that actually entail?
So I play. So the last guy you were talking to, I play him a lot. I seem like I struggle with speed a little bit. And just I have a lot of mid attacks, so it's kind of like just getting attacks to go through. Really, is kind of what I'm struggling with.
Okay.
And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if I'm playing it wrong or what the case may be. So I went ahead and put these slashing whirlwinds in a 2 of. I don't know if, it's going to pump the damage up, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I dig it.
It's kind of all over the place, but yeah.
It's interesting that like this attack lineup is like very obvious like weapon theme, right? We got weapon,
Right.
Weapon. Ignore this one. Weapon. What's up with the tug whip? What's going? It's a
do
broken
that
card, but like
yeah. So I just kind of did that to play that first card to kind of get the attack out of the way and didn't stuff their card pool a little bit. And then I would try to hit them with like a brandish steel or a piercing needle, and then I would form for the blood moon rending, and then get rid of that, and hopefully have another one in my hand and play another blood moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me toss some stuff. Wow, you already have 1,000 cards in your sideboard.
Yeah, just ignore that. That was me, like, just kind of theory crafting a little bit, and I hated going back and forth.
I dig it. That's hey, that is totally fair. Let me do it. So my question for you, right, is what is the goal of what do you need help with deck doctor wise?
I guess it's just really more or less like I have a lot going on. I'd like to be really good at one thing, but like I have just like so much going on. I guess like with the foundations too, right? It's just so many different things. Like I'm afraid of playing Oswey, right? I don't want her to carpool stuff me, so I have afraid of our labelers in there, and then I really don't. I'm not really sure. I just want to kill someone, right? And I love Stain, so that's kind of what I went with.
I'm here for it.
I want to commit and freeze, and I just want to kill you.
Okay. I dig it. That card's already in your deck, or is it in the sideboard? It's sideboard. Okay. You certainly do have every card I'm suggesting already in the sideboard. That might probably gonna work out for me.
Sweet.
This card's not in the sideboard. Ooh, I found one. We get to play. What are your symbols? Don't have the all symbol?
No, it's evil, order, and void. Yeah.
This card kills people. I like that one. This card kills people. This card's a good one. We're gonna get there, I promise. We're gonna get there.
No, you're good, man. Take your time.
You mainboarding for dissolving? Two on the side.
Two. I found two, like, when it comes to deadlock, I just don't have anything that punishes people for having deadlock.
Then you just play 4 fruits of our labors, and then people never go to deadlock against you ever again.
Okay.
They're not allowed. Okay, I dig that. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready for you.
All right, let's do it.
I get to hit the big scroll. There's not actually a ton in here. First and foremost, we've got Scorching Aura as an attack. If it deals damage, they lose 2, you gain 2. Great card to put +3 speed on and feel great about it. 5 mid for 5 that they have to interact with. Feels good.
Okay.
Oh, you can't put 3 speed on it? It's not a ranged? Or it's not weapon? Just kidding. Get it out of here. I thought it was ranged. I misread. Hey, editor, cut that. Wire Arrow. I'm the editor. It's not getting cut. Wire Arrow says that you get to take a tech card and put it on top of your deck. So it's a 7 mid for 4 that then you stack a 5 check. Being able to play this in the middle of your turn to guarantee the Blood Moon Rending is very cool.
Okay.
It says that the Blood Moon Rending will succeed, right? Like you can't check a 3 on it. It's not possible.
Okay.
Piercing Descent. What are your thoughts on this card?
This attack is +2 damage. This attack deals damage. Your rival loses 1 health. It's okay. I mean, I'm open to it. I'm not against it.
So this is a 5 high for 7 on a 4 diff.
5 high for 7 on a... Yeah, okay, if I form.
Mm-hmm. And then it clears itself from the card pool, and then you just, like, keep playing the game, right? It is also a Fury weapon, so that it will turn on the damage ability of the Conflict of Ideologies, which is the way to sneak a bunch of damage through, right? Like, this card says Fury, this card says Fury, this card does not, this card does not, this card does not, this card does not. So, like, the other half of this card kills people. Okay. So being able to do that is very good. Also, the more Fury that you have in your deck, the better your nothing to see heres are. If you block my move, I'm going to destroy one of your foundations.
Okay, makes sense.
Knife Slice, as an 8 low for 5 that burns them for an extra 1, and you heal 1. Thoughts?
I actually played that in my Stain 1 deck, and I did like the card. I did like it, and I think that's good.
And then lastly, Dropkick Slicer as an option. If you want to kill people, Slicer is the way to go. Giving this thing 3 extra speed, burning them for 3, or drawing the attacks, and then clearing it from your card pool feels great. And it's way easier for you to get under 10 health, right? Literally take half your health, and then it's now a 4 diff that draws you those cards, gets the extra speed, gets speed from quick to act. It's just a good ass card.
Okay. Is that something I'd probably run a 1 off of, or 2?
Can I ask a personal question?
Absolutely.
How big's your dick? That's the question. Right?
Oh, it's big.
You got a big dick. You can just play it at a 4 of, right? Like it just takes the place of Tongue Whip, and then you just get to slam. Imagine looking at your opponent. The first card that you play is your Dropkick Slicer, and then you show them double Blood Moon Rending off the top. They burn for 1, and you pick up double Blood Moon Rending, and you look at them, and you go, "I'll play a Piercing Needle. Yours?"
Yeah.
All right, I'll form in Blood Moon Rending, right? Like this card says that you have to sculpt less, right?
Okay.
And it covers that low block that we needed, right? Because this is not a weapon.
Right.
Or right, we Dropkick Slicer, and then we pick up Brandish Steel.
Okay.
And we go, okay, yeah, it's a 6 eye for 7 catch. All right, it'll leave. I'll draw an extra card, right? I think this card inside your 7 hand size aggro character is going to feel very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to feel very, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not afraid to check anything. I'll just keep going.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's look at our stats real quick.
Okay.
I got a decent amount of low blocks. I dig it. Yeah, let's get rid of the Tongue Whip because this is a baby card. Let's put it in the 4 Slicer. Let's do it. Right?
All right, we're going real big. Okay.
Let's go for it.
Right.
We'll still stay at our 22 attacks. That means we're gonna hit this more often. What are our other options here? This is a low. Yeah. Whirlwind, I think, is actually just going to be played better as Knife Slice.
Okay.
It is a 5 diff, which is a little spooky, whereas this is a 4 diff.
Right.
Maybe it's not. Maybe a Slashing Whirlwind is better. My only thing is like, this does 4 damage, and I don't care about it. And the moves that are going to be hitting mainly are to go to your momentum, like leave, right? Like this, they leave. And we're never allowed to pump the speed on this thing. We're just not allowed to, because
Okay.
we don't want it to be removed from the game.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because we want that momentum to burn.
Right.
Okay.
And so like this card feels fine removing. This card feels fine removing, right? But it's once again it's only 4 damage, and like we don't want to waste the form on this because it's only 2 speed. Like we want them to block it, so we can go find Dropkick Slicer, right? Arrow goes and finds Slicer, and Slicer goes and finds Blood Moon Rending.
Okay. So, yeah, I like that.
That's tight, actually.
That is cool. That's cool.
Okay, let's I think we have the attack lineup. If we decide that we are little babies, and this is not working out, you just instantly put in the Piercing Descents and see how that works.
Okay.
The same 1 low block, and I'm down to spend the cash on Stain for it. I'm down.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a 5 high for 7. That feels great. That feels very, very good.
Yeah, it does.
Let's talk about the foundations that I added in.
Okay.
Where are you at? Floating around my babies.
Yeah.
You said you had a problem killing people? This is how you kill people. Get rid of bad. How many times? How often do you cycle with this deck?
Honestly, not that much.
And who cares if they're in the remove from game pile?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
okay.
It's easier for cleanup. You're just taking your discard pile and you're putting your remove from game pile, and it's still 2 piles. You just take your remove from game pile in your deck and put them together, as opposed to your discard pile in your deck and you put them together. Right?
Okay.
You're gonna be pushing. This says even if you only used it on the card that you stained, it's no longer plus 3 speed. It's plus 3 speed plus 1 damage. Right?
Yeah. That's
the only time that this is a little scary is for Blood Moon Rending, where we have to remove 2 weapon cards from our discard pile.
Right.
It says that sometimes we get room to remove them. Also, what's the keyword on Floating Over My Babies?
Weapon?
This card says weapon card, not weapon attacks. So if you have babies in the discard pile, you can just remove Floating Over My Babies from the discard pile in order to power this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is.
Next, we have Surviving the Final. Interesting, we didn't have this one in the main deck. We are a 7 hand size character, which means we have to make sure that we can block things. If we can't block things, we'll die. Which is
that's what I struggle with a lot.
Wow. Blocking things is important. It's probably better than whatever Shock Absorption is doing for the deck, because it's repeatable as opposed to a Destroy ability. A Destroy ability that wants to be playable while committed. So we have to somehow get it committed. I'm down just to let it happen.
Yeah.
And then my last one, and this one's crazy, Stronger in Darkness.
Characters committed. Okay. Okay.
Your character does 2 things once per turn.
Yep.
After you spend the once per turn, you can flip your character over. It doesn't matter. Your character also doesn't do anything on your opponent's turn. Commit him.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
I'm playing this on a 6. I check a 5, commit Stain. I have 2 of these on the board. This got bigger. This hits harder.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and that's better than whatever Keen Observation was doing. What burn do we have here? Just Piercing Needle?
Yeah, just the piercing.
Just Conflict?
Yeah.
Get this card out of here. This card's gone. Goodbye.
See ya.
And then we're going to play 4 of this.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing we have to do is we're having issue with Deadlock. So let's slam 4 of it. Also, it's a beautiful low block. Love to see it.
Yep.
I love Hero Killer in your deck. Beautiful Deadlock threat. Putting stun 2 on all of these cards. Spooky. Incredibly spooky. First villain encounter. What's going on here?
I just really kind of put that in there for the Deadlock, honestly. That's really the only explanation I have for that card.
I think Hero Killer combined with Fruits combined with Steel is probably enough Deadlock for you to make something happen.
Okay.
If anything, we could cut it down to where to go? Cut it down to a 1 of.
Okay.
Because I think having things like Apathetic is just a better use of space rather than first villain encounter. Saying your opponent doesn't have their Deadlock threats is just as good as trying to stuff them for 2, right?
Yeah. Do you think I should just cut villain altogether or just leave it at a 1 of?
I think so. I think you should just cut it.
Okay. Yeah, let's cut it.
Let's get it out of there. We have to play this 4 of this card.
Okay.
This card is crazy good. Take a resource that I don't care about and get +1 damage. Nuts. We don't care about the 4 mid-block because we build them all. We just build them. It's also a weapon card for Blood Moon Rending. It's very good. How often? Go ahead.
So if I wanted to, I could play an attack, and then I could play Floating Around My Babies, then play Blood Moon, or would that even be worth it?
Yeah, you totally could.
I could do that. Okay.
Yeah, because it just looks for the printed word weapon.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. How do you feel about influencing the youth?
I like the card. I haven't really found that much use for it so far, honestly.
Let's get rid of it.
Okay.
So here's the thing that I have to do now, right? First off, what's this number allowed to be?
Anywhere from 55 to 70.
55 to 70.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I'm just kind of up in the air with it, really.
We have officially put 4 1-checks in our deck.
Okay.
Which means that these cards have to be way higher. Which means I cut the 0 diff. I'm probably gonna have to put it back.
Okay.
Like I have to put 4 of this card in.
Okay.
And then, how often are you playing this in paper? Question mark.
Well, Ben has most of this set 3. I haven't actually.
Is the plan to play this in paper?
It is.
Are you? That's a bad question. I apologize because you're playing on TTS. You actually get to play the card for real.
Right.
What I'm trying to look for is the Stain 1 card, the Scouting Rooftop Vantage.
Rooftop Vantage.
That card is way better than anybody gives credit for, truthfully.
Okay.
That card is actually a very knowing what my opponent is going to check lets me make so many good decisions. So many good decisions.
I like it. I actually had that in here, and then I took it out for one reason or another. I can't remember. But...
Let's talk about this. We get to talk about this. Okay. So, I've not put this in, which has made us hey. So keen observation. Now that we have Piercing Needle and Conflict, and now Dropkick Slicer in the deck, Piercing Needle or this keen observation becomes more live. I don't think that it is better than anything we got going on in our deck, though.
Okay.
We need to get rid of you. You're gone.
Goodbye.
Let's move on. Intimidating Presence. Sell me on this card.
I really just had that because, like the previous guy said, there's a guy who plays Asui, so that's literally the only reason why I had that in the deck. Because it'll give them -1 speed if it's in my card pool, and that was a way for me to kind of control Asui a little bit.
Interesting.
Just giving them -1 speed, which I don't know if that was very effective or not.
I don't think it's terrible.
Okay.
If you're doing that, then like, let's just cut Creepy then, right? Like this card is -1 speed. It's got an interesting response. It's a 1 diff, which is great for our Dropkick Slicer. And then Creepy's a 2/4 with a 3 mid block. That's not good versus the Asui that you're fighting. So let's get rid of this, and it could be like a sideboard card, right?
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't even have to really be.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be targeted towards Asui because I play Kirishima and Asui doesn't even matter. But
right. Am I allowed to cut Excited for Blood? It is a good card. I hear you.
It is. Yeah.
It's a 3 diff, and we're playing Dropkick Slicer.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those cards where if you don't like Dropkick Slicer, you put in the Piercing Descent, you can just windmill slam it right back in your deck.
Okay.
It's a 3 diff. So the question is you get 1 3 diff slot. You get 1.
Okay.
You want the 1 Excited for Blood or the 1 Sticky Balls?
Yeah. Let's go with the Sticky Balls.
Let's go with the Sticky Balls. I think that is the correct choice.
Okay.
Excited for Blood and Dropkick are amazing together. Yes, but they are an abusive relationship. They are bad for each other, Black Ace. They love each other too much to be together, truthfully. They're too similar. 22, 27, 20. If you'd have told me there was an evil deck with 20 low blocks and it feels good, I would have slapped you in your face. Look at your stability. It's fine. I have years of UFS experience saying that having a bunch of 3 diffs in your 1-check deck is not fine. I don't care what this nerd number says, Black Ace. I don't care. Okay. We're at 69, which is the hilarious gamer number.
Nice.
Sell me on box full of babies. What's going on here?
I just really had that for if I wasn't drawing an attack, to see if I can get lucky and draw one, and then I had it because I'm running weapons, so +1 speed, +1 damage.
I think we get to get rid of this because we have lame green card has been replaced by Pogger's orange card.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Love it. And this card is not gray, and that really matters in our 1-check deck.
Okay.
We got to build out just as much as we can. 66.
I like that number.
22 attack deck.
Yeah.
That draws a bunch of attacks and draws more cards. This deck is tight.
I like it. How do you feel about Stain 2 overall?
I love Stain 2. He's one of the characters I'm gonna test just an absolute shit ton. I'm gonna test this character so much. That bottom response is incredibly good. Selectively commit and freeze a rival foundation is nuts. The only issue that you have is you got to figure out how to kill him, and this card you get to actually try and kill people.
Nice. Okay.
You just flood your hand with attacks. This card says that one move is going to auto hit. You get rid of it out of your card pool, and then you draw a bonus card. One attack is like a ninja. Nuts.
Yeah, I like
Nuts.
it. I like it. Let's see. Hero Killer to 2 off. You think that's fine?
Hero Killer to 2 of? Yeah, I think it's fine. You could set a 3rd for the main thing here is it's a deadlock threat, right? Like that's the main thing we want it for. Right. Because I think the form response. Actually, I could see us cutting it and just sideboarding it, just because it's a 2 diff, and I want my deck to be. I want my entire first hand to be 1/1 and all zeros. Like that's what I want. Like I'll play my 1, I'll play my 0, I'll play every other 0 in my hand, and then just look at my opponent and be like, I'm gonna draw 2 double dropkick slicer and rip 3 foundation or rip 3 attacks off the top, and then clear the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dropkick slicer 4. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good
Hero
to me.
Killer
Yeah,
actually says they never build an 11th foundation. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hero Killer in your deck says they never build an 11th foundation for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Cool.
Final thoughts?
I think we're good to go here.
The first thing that I'm doing as soon as I play Stain 2 under the 2 symbols that can is I'm slamming 4 Dropkick Slicer in the deck. Because you have to limit test cards like this, because this ability is not fair, right? If you look at all 3 modes of this card, enhance, add 3 attacks to your hand is nuts. Enhance, add 2 attacks to your hand, your opponent loses 1 health is nuts. Enhance, add 1 attack to your hand, your opponent loses 2 health is nuts. Enhance, your opponent loses 3 health is nuts.
Yeah.
All the abilities are good. And then it also swings for 5. It's nuts. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah. And the -1 difficulty for 10 health or less.
Feels great. It feels so good.
Yeah. Because that turns on quick to act too.
Here is the takeaway. With floating and stronger available to you now, the end of your string is just going to murder people. Being able to put the +2 speed back on, +2 speed -2 damage, remove 6 cards out of my discard pile. So now this is a 6 mid for 5 again on your 4 diff. Means it goes to momentum. When it goes to momentum, that means that your rendings are going to get the extra 3 damage from here, an extra 2 damage from here, and an extra 2 damage from here. Means you're going to kill people. This deck is going to be aggressive and a little more high risk, high reward, but it will get you there. The question that you'll have to the question that you'll have to see is, I don't think you're allowed to look at the micro data for how this deck works. I think you'll have to look at the macro data. How many times does Dropkick Slicer lose you the game? How many times does it win you the game? Right? And then try to play around the Slicer. Right? This is one of these cards that is so high powered that you have to tailor the way that you play the deck. It is a temperamental mistress, and if you don't treat it right, it will bite you. That's just how it is. But if you
Right.
do treat it right, it's gonna rock your world, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I guess until I'm able to get those, I'll just throw in the what was it?
Absolutely. The piercing descent.
Piercing
Yeah.
Ascent.
And then if
yes.
you want to, like the cards, like you get to put back in more 3 diffs and like take out the. You get to take out the. You could just take out. You ready? I don't think we actually ended up putting it in. You could take out some of these zeros, right? Like you take out one of each of these, bing, bang, boom, boom, and you get to play 4 slots or like of like neat, cool tech pieces, right? You can put back in an extra hero killer. You could put back in the Excited for Bloods. Like you get to play those cool, more expensive, more powerful cards because you are trading the power of this attack for the power of the cards in the stage. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. All right, man.
Awesome.
Final thoughts?
I love it, dude. I'm gonna test it out and move some stuff around if need be.
Tight. I absolutely love it. Stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the link. Thank you again for the support on Patreon, and we'll catch you next time, okay?
You got it. Thank you.
Peace.
See you.